Relationship advice. This story is called Wife of Almost 21 Years Has Been Cheating. I recently found out my wife of almost 21 years has been cheating. I had suspicions for almost a year, but could not find any proof. I did not want her to know I had suspicions until I knew for sure. Once I had proof and told her she needed to come clean or I was prepared to walk out for good. She had 2 affairs. One lasted more than 5 years, and the most recent affair was almost 1 year. Both affair partners were co-workers of hers. We are both very busy with work. I am also busy with our 3 kids and their sports. Long story short, she would never travel with us to our kids' events, as it would give her time to cheat with no worries of being caught. And if all of the kids were not with me, she would tell them she was going to be working and send them to their grandparents' house. I feel that what she told me was partial truth of her affairs. What kills me isn't that she had an affair. What kills me is that she had 2 full-on relationships behind my back. I was able to get audio of her talking to a few of her friends about the affairs and how she talked like she was single and I didn't even exist. I cannot believe how well she was able to hide the affairs. I still have so many unanswered questions. The biggest question was how she was able to sleep with someone else and come home and look me in the eyes and tell me that she loves me. I am very torn. We have been together since high school and have a good life and 3 kids together. I love my children and would do anything for them and couldn't imagine not having them with me. I do not know how I still love my wife after finding this out, but I do. What she has done cannot be undone, and our relationship will never be the same as it was. I feel like she wants me to sweep it under the rug and act like nothing happened. This is not something I can do. I told her I do still love you, but for this to work, there has to be some rules, and our relationship has to start all over again from the beginning. I also told her there were no guarantees that I would be able to move past this. I am really torn because everything I've read says once a cheater, always a cheater. I feel her 2 affairs, based off the amount of time, would classify her as a serial cheater. Everything I see and read says I should run and not look back. I am really not sure of what to do because I do still love her, but I also don't want to stay with someone that is going to do this all over again. Any advice would be much appreciated. My take, as someone who has experienced this in a different capacity, is that the question isn't really, can we get past this? It's more so, can I ever learn to live with it? If you can't do that, you'll never live in peace, and this is something you always have to live with. Heartbreaking. Is she the least bit remorseful? Doing this to you is beyond reprehensible. Choosing to have an affair over spending time with her children is disgusting. Not sure how I could love someone like that. How is she showing remorse? Did she quit the job with the coworker she had the affairs with? Did she tell the affair partner's spouses what she had done? Did she apologize to your children for skipping their events to go bang coworkers? Yes, if she was my wife and she expected forgiveness, she would be required to do exactly that. You know what else I would require? I would get the DNA paternity kits from the local drugstores, and I would make her sit silent and watch as I swabbed each kid's mouth for the test. Notice no one touched on the fact that she gave up on being a mother and used the kids as a cover to cheat. That is pretty messed up. Apart from you, what should be the other most important people in her life were reduced to props and used as a means to an end. Like she'd rather go bang some guy instead of spending one-on-one time with the kid that stays back. To do that for 5 years, to come home and tell you she loves you, to kiss you, to no doubt pretend to be a doting mother and wife is a sign of a selfish, broken person beyond repair and of little value as a partner. 6 years total, man. This wasn't a mistake. I don't think it's something she can just flip off. If she had a conscience, if she valued what was already around her, it wouldn't have gotten this far. This is who she is. It's an established pattern of behavior and a major part of her life. Hearing the unfiltered voice recording and how little you mattered stung to read, to be honest. You never indicated she even wanted to work it out with you. I doubt she does. 6 years of affairs, being intimate with them, and then coming home to you? Were you being intimate with her this whole time? I doubt she was using protection. Disgusting. The total disrespect for you and your children is sickening. If she's rug sweeping, there will not be a reconciliation unless you just accept she'll do it again. Where are the consequences? 6 years of being intimate with other dudes is not a woman that wants reconciliation. I'm sorry you are here in this terrible club. Give it time. It's incredibly hard to recover from a betrayal of that length, and the only way for it to work is for both parties to be willing to do anything to fix it and heal the betrayed spouse's trust. I'm sorry to say, but nothing in what you describe indicates reconciliation will work long term. The lack of trust and unwillingness of your spouse to own her actions and make appropriate amends will eventually kill your love for her as the shock wears off you, especially given she's suffered no consequences for her actions. Eventually, you'll get sick of the lack of dignity and respect in the way she's handled your relationship after her affairs. When someone is that selfish, it is a hugely monumental effort for her to change to be the partner you deserve. You need to be sure you're not just trying to keep the family together for the kids, instead of keeping it together for your relationship with her. There's a big difference in these choices. At some point, you'll need to choose your own happiness because she's demonstrated that she doesn't care about yours. I hope you find the healing you need. Brother, sorry to see you going through this. It sucks. This will be difficult to hear, but I'm going to give you the advice I wish someone would have given me. Drop her like the bad habit she is and move on with your life. It would be tough enough to get over a one-night stand, but she has looked you in the eye for years after being intimate with other guys and lied to you without a flicker of emotion. That's a sign of a morally bankrupt individual with likely mental health issues. Go see an attorney and get started on making your life into whatever you want it to be. You will always have the mental images of her with other men. It will eat you up from the inside, and you will become a shell of the man you were. Wishing you the best in your future. May peace come to you. Your wife was prioritizing her own desires and AP's needs over you and your kids. Did it for years and did it with no remorse. I don't see how you can expect this to change long term, though she might try to fake it a little while for the sake of false reconciliation. I also don't see how anyone who could do this for so long could ever restore your trust. You know you don't have the whole truth either. DNA test the kids and get yourself tested. Talk to a lawyer and get the ball rolling. You should, at the least, know what your options are, and it will demonstrate to your wife that you are not planning to sweep this under the rug if she isn't 100% committed to reconciliation. Personally, I'd be out, but since you seem to think reconciliation is possible at the moment, I would at least do this. If she doesn't believe you're willing to end the marriage, there is zero chance she would change her ways long term. Look into individual counseling for yourself, and if you're thinking about separating, for the kids too. Do not get sucked into marriage counseling until you and your wife have done individual counseling to work on yourselves first. If she doesn't have her personal shit sorted out first, marriage counseling would be a waste of time.